this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and welcome to another edition of the Comic Book Review Series. And today I am going to be talking about issue 6 of Superman 78, The Metal Curtain. So, this is the final issue in the second series of Superman 78. And overall, by and large, I would say this was a pretty enjoyable one. I would still say that the first series of Superman 78 was a little bit more better for a number of reasons. The main one, of course, being that Brainiac was the main villain for the first series, and he was someone that I always hoped to see in a Superman movie one day. So my wish was semi kind of fulfilled. We got to see Brainiac in that universe, mix it up with Christopher Reeve's Superman. So I would still say that series was a little bit more enjoyable for me. But this series with Metallo, by and large, very enjoyable. Would have liked to have seen Metallo as the traditional half man, half machine cyborg, that we know, but we might still see that one day in a future series, depending on how long they want to keep Superman 78 going. But this was really good. I thought this was a good, solid way to end this series. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about Superman 78 with a Metal Curtain issue 6, and let's see what happened in this issue, which picks up where we left off at the end of issue 5. So we see Lois is pretty distraught about what's going on with Superman, and Perry White isn't exactly doing cartwheels himself either. And we see Superman is in Moscow battling Metallo, and as we all know already, everyone in Moscow pretty much fears Superman. And there's a cool line here. First of all, we get a nice scene where Superman reassures a little girl that it's going to be all right, and she understands and recognizes that it's Superman. And then Metallo just comes in and just knocks him out. And Metallo says, "Welcome to the motherland. You will not enjoy your stay. Here in Gorky Park, all of the Soviet Union will see me, the people's champion, begin my campaign to crush the capitalist empire of the West. Your tattered cape will be my flag." Superman Doomsday, anyone? The death of Superman, perhaps? Foreshadowing? Years later? Oh boy. And the next couple of pages, what we get here is some great action between Superman and Metallo just going at it. So that's quite cool. By this point, Metallo's mind is pretty much corrupted by kryptonite. Now, Smallville would do a similar take on Metallo in season 9, where the Kandorians turned John Corbin into a half man, half machine and give him a kryptonite powered heart. And the kryptonite would just turn Corbin completely mad and just corrupted his mind. So the comic here, even though this is in a different universe, you can clearly see this is kind of a bit of an inspiration in what Smallville would do. So it's kind of cool they reference little things like that. It's quite good, I think. So there we are. Got to say the artwork here is just top notch, and Superman and Metallo just going at it, and obviously Metallo is getting the better of the fight. And we see Superman at his optimistic best, saying, "Because it isn't me I believe in, I believe in you. Now, if this was the movie, we would definitely hear the John Williams theme playing. Do, 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 do. Yeah, we will definitely get that. And Metallo, what a monster. Wow. What do you believe now, Superman? Your American ways, your individualist trappings, nothing against a single Soviet heart. And we see here the little girl from earlier starts to make Metallo have second thoughts here. And we see Superman still trying to get through to Metallo. No one is perfect, Metallo, especially not me. But we all have it inside ourselves to be good to each other. And there's Metallo's superiors. Wow, this is where things get really interesting now. All of it's lies. You will do as I order, or you will be replaced. There will not be another. I will not allow it. So it's clearly Superman's words have started to get through to Metallo. And we see here Metallo has promised that the Kryptonites will never harm anyone again. So Superman convinces him that Metallo, not this way, let me help you. My name is Maxim, and you already have. So Metallo has had a change of heart, no pun intended. And here's an interesting twist here because Metallo pretty much powers his suit of armor to the fullest, to its maximum, and he just blows himself up in outer space. So in the end, Metallo did come through and do the right thing. He actually sacrificed himself. Didn't really see that one coming. And here's how we slowly come to an end here. As you can see here. If you try to stop them, remember, I'll be watching. Love it. So we see Clark is still pretending to be sick. And we see Clark quickly changes into Superman to give an exclusive interview about what's new in the world. And that's pretty much how issue 6 ends. In my honest opinion, I mean, this was a good issue, but I feel like it was maybe a tad bit rushed. I think maybe this could have stretched out to maybe 7 issues. You know, I would have liked to have seen a bit more of Metallo. You know, we never really got a proper explanation as to why the Russians hate Superman. We never really got a clear explanation as to Lex Luthor's connection to these guys. But it was a pretty good solid issue, I would say. But maybe would have liked to have had things expanded upon more, and maybe we could have got a hint at, you know, showing up, or maybe hints at that he's out there somewhere. But this Metallo sacrificing himself, definitely didn't see that one coming. But yeah, this was a pretty good solid final issue, but just as I said already, just felt a little bit rushed. But that's just my opinion. But overall, as I said at the beginning, good solid run, very enjoyable second series, and looking forward to a third series. And hopefully, maybe we might actually see Bizarro in series 3 of Superman 78. You never know. I've seen a few designs of Christopher Reeve as Bizarro, so they're definitely thinking about it. I don't know if it was actually a real design or not, but if it is, then I'm looking forward to it if and when that does happen. But we may see someone totally different, so who knows? So there you have it. Superman 78, The Metal Curtain, issue 6, the final issue of the second series. Good stuff here. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What was your thoughts on Superman 78, The Metal Curtain, issue 6? Did you enjoy it? Do you think the ending was a little bit rushed? Do you think maybe they could have expanded on it a bit more? And also, how did you feel about Metallo having a change of heart and sacrificing himself? Do you think maybe he should have lived? Do you think maybe he could have turned himself in? And also, do you think it's possible we may see the real Metallo one day in this universe? And also, if there is going to be a third series, which villain would you like to see appear next? Would you like to see maybe Bizarro, perhaps? Parasite? Or maybe General Zod makes his return in this universe? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the comic book review series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.